What's one thing all the top teams left in the playoffs have in common? The Ravens, the Chiefs, the 49ers, and the Lions. They all have a top 7 tight end in receiving yards this season. Number 1 was Travis Kelce. Number 3 was, of course, George Kittle. Number 6, Mark Andrews. And number 7, Sam Laporta. We could have had Sam Laporta. We could have had Sam Laporta, man. And it's very clear, right? When you look at the fact that all of these tight ends drastically help their offense game in, game out, get yardage, get touchdowns, red zone area, right? All that kind of great stuff. I don't know what we're going to do this offseason, right? But we need to figure this out. We really do. And I know last offseason we tried with Irv Smith, and I know it's the age-old here of like, oh, we need a tight end, we need a tight end. But like, something needs to give at this point. Because, well, yeah, Irv Smith didn't work last year, and I get it. They tried to. They didn't draft a tight end. They signed one in free agency. They thought that could be the answer for the problems, and that's the answer to our problems here. Just go ahead and sign somebody. Maybe that signed somebody can work out. Irv Smith was a gamble, in all honesty, and he didn't pan out in the end. But it's like every season you're seeing the same old formula, right? How many times did Travis Kelce get the Kansas City Chiefs to a playoffs? Help them get to a Super Bowl. Help them win a Super Bowl. How many times did George Kittle help the 49ers go from championship to championship? 3 championships in a row. Mark Andrews is helping the Ravens ever since he's been back with them since the Joe Flacco days. Helping them get to playoffs. Helping them win games. For one point in time, Lamar Jackson's only weapon was Mark Andrews, and he would get the ball like 60 times a game. And now we're seeing the same thing with Sam Laporta in Detroit. And this is not just this. I mean, you can go across the board for a lot of these areas. Joe Flacco and David Njoku had like a magical bond chemistry. TJ Hawkinsock and the Minnesota Vikings, after he got traded from the Lions, they had a magical chemistry. And again, you know, the tight end draft class this year, right? Brock Bowers is the guy. He's the guy you go get, and you know he's going to be a top 5. He's going to be the best tight end you're ever going to have. And you're going to be able to open up your offense. And we're not going to trade up to get him, because that's just not what we do. We don't trade up to get him. But we got to take a tight end in this draft. And I'm not saying to take one in the first round, and I don't know about the second round either, just because of how the class goes. You can get them later. We need to get one of them. We really do. And we look at free agency and the options available in free agency for tight ends. And obviously, again, like I said, we don't know 100% who's going to be available at this moment in time, because there will be some tight ends that stay with their said teams. Some will go ahead and leave and, you know, hit free agency. And the problem then becomes, it does become more of a bidding war. But like Hunter Henry, Dalton Schwartz, sorry, I keep saying his name incorrectly. I apologize. Dalton Schutz. Not Schwartz. Schutz. Gerard Everett. Mike Gesicki. See, I'm probably saying this one wrong as well. Gesicki. Noah Fant. Austin Hooper. Again, some of these guys will stay with their said team. Their team will give them enough money to keep them on the roster, and they will not leave. But at this point, I'm not against the idea of going out there and signing 1, 2, or 3 guys. Not 3 guys, but like 1 or 2 tight ends in free agency. Drafting one. Seeing who works and who doesn't work. Having Tanner Hudson on the roster as well, just in case someone else doesn't work. And running 4 tight ends. I'm not against that idea. Because at this point, we got to figure something out. We're going to lose Tyler Boyd this offseason. We're going to potentially lose more than just Tyler Boyd this offseason. I don't think we'll lose T, but we could lose Trenton Irwin, right? We need to figure out this offense. And I feel like this year was the year where we could kind of get away with not going for that tight end and maybe trying to figure out something, getting Irv Smith involved, seeing Irv Smith could be the guy. But now that has all went belly up, now that has all failed and exploded in our face in a sense, we need to figure this out now. Because we are a championship team. We are. I don't care what anyone says. We are a championship team. And you see the formula that championship teams are going for. They don't pay their running back any money. All the running backs right now in the championship, outside of David Montgomery, is not making any money. Chiefs aren't paying Isaiah Pacheco crap. Ravens aren't paying their running backs anything. The 49ers, Christian McCaffrey is the highest paid running back. And David Montgomery's not making that much money. But my point is, that's how you win a Super Bowl. What we have seen through the formula over the last set amount of years is most Super Bowl winning teams pay their running back less than $1.5 to $2 million a year. And I'm not sitting here saying that, we need to pay Joe Mixon less or, Chase Brown less. What the point is that you need to hit on these draft picks. So like Chase Brown this year, he needs to take off, right? And I think he will take off next year. And when he does that, then okay, awesome. Same thing with the tight end position, right? You need to start getting these guys in here and figuring things out and opening up this offense. Because right now, it's a mess. It's really a mess when we watch this offense, especially with how little we're able to utilize the tight end position. And I know there's execution, problems with, players not doing the correct routes or doing the correct this, that, and third. We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out and get it done. And, there's a chance this offseason we get rid of Joe Mixon because we owe him $3 million of him March 16th. So let's say we did get rid of him, right? Hypothetically speaking. Well, you're paying Chase Brown nothing, right? So that part of the formula already works then. Use that extra $3 million, go get yourself a tight end. That's how these teams are doing it. They're paying the running backs nothing, getting the running backs, drafting a new one, kind of filling the role, and then using that extra money you pay the running back position to go out there and pay somebody else. They're going out there to pay a tight end an extra $3 million, $6 million, whatever the case. You allocate the funds to another position that helps out your offense. So, we'll see. We did a whole entire video already of all the tight ends in the draft. I think we looked at 15 or 20 tight ends, like a 30-minute video. Something needs to give this offseason. Because we need to get this figured out. And even going into this offseason, I was the guy who was like, maybe we won't draft a tight end. And it's not me saying we shouldn't. I think we should 100%. But my problem was that would Zach Taylor utilize the tight end enough? But thinking about it more clearly and hearing you guys' response down below, we kind of went back and forth. Yeah. The point I'm making here is we need to not only do we need to get a new tight end, figure out the tight end position, but it needs to all work in unison. Zach Taylor needs to utilize the tight end more, but a lot of that does come down to getting a good tight end. And not just using tight ends for screen passes, okay? Actually throwing them the ball across the middle. Tanner Hudson was a great example last year, and it seemed like the first part of the year we couldn't use tight ends at all, and then when Tanner Hudson thought it was showing that he could go across the middle of the field and catch the ball, Zach Taylor was like, that guy can catch it. Let's start throwing to him. Yeah. Alright, so that's just my cup of tea, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.